Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field for Northeastern Conference Baseball. Lynn English on a roll. They're 8-3, closing in on tournament berth. A win today would be huge. I think they've already matched last year's record, and they got 9 games left, counting today. So English against Everett. The Crimson Tide will be playing in the Northeastern Conference for the last time this year. They were voted out in all the sports by the Northeastern Conference. Julian Silvestri, the pitcher for the Bulldogs. Brandon Gibbs, the left fielder, is the hitter. Hit foul back to the screen. And again, right up front, I have to apologize. We're behind home plate, as you can tell. And the netting still has not been fixed here at Fraser Field. There's a lot of stuff that has to be fixed. There's a lot of construction work. If you're familiar with Fraser Field, the overhang behind home plate that goes from virtually the first base dugout to the third base dugout and covers most of the seating here at Fraser Field is collapsing. And they're trying to do some work and get it repaired. So the seating underneath the covering is shut down, and they picked a great year to do it with all the cold and the weather and the damp. You can't sit down. Gibbs is a strikeout victim for the first out. DJ Warren is the hitter. So with all the construction and would-be construction and all the turmoil going on here, the wiring hanging down with supporting the backstop, and the terrible weather we had with the heavy wind and the rains, it's been a miserable spring so far. The netting has been blown all over the place, and as you can tell, it's hanging down. There's 5 baseballs that's still stuck, and 2 a little further down to the left, there's 2 more. So we apologize up front, because I know right across your screen you're looking at the netting covering at least a part of your television screen. Hit foul back into that netting. You could never hit a foul ball into the press box, but now you can, so we have to be alert like the players out in the field. Hit right back to the pitcher off his glove. They're not going to get him. Warren will get a base hit. Line drive kind of fooled Silvestri. He got a glove on it. The shortstop was going behind him to look for a play. If it got through, it got deflected back to shortstop. He had to go get it. By the time he did, Warren was safely at first base. Jonathan Fitzgerald is the hitter. In for a strike. We got a day here at Fraser that you can almost wear shorts and a t-shirt. Maybe a light jacket. For the first time in a long time. First time all spring. That one goes all the way to the backstop. The wild pitch will move Warren over to second base. Dougie Mullins, the head guy for English, doing a very good job this year. Got them really playing well. Last year they missed the tournament by a game or 2. And I think they had, at one point, I think they have 3 or 4 or 5 straight games that they lost by a run. High and tight for a ball. On the inside corner for a strike. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Silvestri. Greg Reed, the first baseman, is the hitter. In for a strike. Down and away for a ball. The count evens at 1. Couple of English fans, a couple of Everett fans on a Thursday afternoon. Just missed again outside. And again, action going on at Manning Field. Another track meet. Hit foul, out of play. Hit up in the air to right field. Drifting back, settling under it, and making a one-handed catch. Eric Ubry, mimicking Frank Carey. Frank Carey told me that it is. I've never seen so many people make one-handed catches. The high school kids, they're watching an awful lot of television. Those guys on TVs are professionals. They do it and get paid big because they're professionals. So Silvestri gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. Gave up a hit. The wild pitch moved around the second, but stranded there. So we'll move into the bottom half of the first, and English will have a chance to get on the board first. It'll be Jomar Moretta, the shortstop, leading off. The left fielder, Andy DeVerge, bats second. Batting third and playing center field, Jose Morel. In the cleanup spot is the DH, Juan Suburvis. Hitting for the first baseman, Ethan Labby. Batting fifth and playing right field, Eric Ubry. The pitcher, Julian Silvestri, will hit number 6. Batting seventh and catching, Albert Torres. The third baseman, Anthony Mateo, hits number 8. And Clotis Prondas, the second baseman, hits number 9. Emilio Guzman on the mound. For the Crimson Tide. This is like me doing 2 home games. I'm very familiar with Everett. I do their football games. I've been doing it. I'll start my 21st year this September with Paul Halloran. So I know the coaches, I know a couple of the kids, and I'm familiar certainly with the school. Both teams have played 11 games, so both teams have 9 games left to play, and we're closing down May. Started to pull the trigger on a pitch that broke down the way. Just able to hold up. They checked with the base umpire. Base umpire said no, he didn't swing. Hit deep to left field. That's all by everybody. All the way to the warning track against the fence. Moretta with a stand-up double. He got all of that one. He didn't come that far away from hitting it out of the ballpark. So the first hit in the game for English is a big booming double over the left fielder's head. Andy DeVers, the left fielder, was the hitter. First baseman is cheating in, thinks he might bunt. Wide for a ball. Didn't show bunt, but they're going to hang in anyway. Missing again, 2-0. Down and away, 3-0. Ball 4 in the turf, and the runner will move up. So the wild pitch moves Moretta at the scoring position, first and third for the Bulldogs. Jose Morel, the center fielder, will be the hitter. Dougie Mullins in the dugout, or just out front of the dugout, flashing signs to hitter and runners. The runner takes off. Nice stop by the catcher, Fitzgerald. Moretta came down a couple of steps down the line thinking the ball was going to bounce by, but Fitzgerald kept it in front of him while DeVerge stole second base. Swing and a miss. Got all of that in that swing and swung right through it. He was looking to hit that one over the fence. Way down and away, another nice stop. Fitzgerald's getting a little bit of a workout in this first inning. Hit in the air to right field. Starting back, now coming on, and it bounces in for a base hit. The runners had to hold up to see if the ball would be caught. They hit it to the right field. The right fielder was backing up like he had to play in the ball. All of a sudden, he had to come running towards home plate. Morel winds up with a base hit and an RBI. So it's first and third again with nobody out but a run in. Juan Suburbi can add to that if he just puts the ball in play. The runner takes off. Another pitch in the turf, blocked nicely by Fitzgerald. So once again, it's second and third with nobody out, but this time with a run already in. A double, a walk, and a base hit to right field. It probably should have been caught, but wasn't touched. Down and away for a ball. hit the shot. They hold the runners. Nice play by Warren, the shortstop. It was hit hard enough he had time to check both runners and hold them. So Burby hit it well, but hit it right at the shortstop for the first out. Eric Ubry, the right fielder, will be the hitter. Nice stop again by Fitzgerald. He really is getting a workout in this inning. Missing down and away. In for a strike. Ubry is the right fielder for the Bulldogs. Hit back, foul, and out of play. Right over our heads. Another nice stop by Fitzgerald and a pitch down and away. Ripped in left center field for a base hit. They send both runners. The throw coming to the plate, not in time. It bounces away. Ubry with a big hit for 2 RBI. He goes to second on the throw. And English has jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and they have a runner at second with 1 out. Julian Silvestri, the pitcher, can help himself here. On the corner for a strike. So a double, a walk, a single, a ground out, and a single. 3 in, 1 out. Fakes throwing to second base, trying to keep Ubry close. Chased that pitch, was high and inside, swung right through it. It's nice to see the sun, the blue skies, the big puffy white clouds. High for a ball. It's been a miserable spring. We haven't had two not good days. We haven't had 2 decent days in a row. Way down the way again for Fitzgerald. Having to bounce way to his right to go get that one. He's going to be a tired young man. He's got still got 6 innings left. Straight away center field. Going back over the center fielder's head to dead center field. In with another double. Second extra base hit in the inning. Hit that right on the nose to dead center field over the center fielder's head. That brings the conference out to the mound. Moretta started it, ripping a double way over the left fielder's head. Came very close to hitting it out of the park. Now Silvestri drilled it to center field, dead center field, over the center fielder's head. Back to the warning track. He gets a double and an RBI. And English has put 4 on the board. Still only 1 out, and the catcher, Albert Torres, is the hitter. Missing wide for a ball. High for a ball. Torres is the 7th hitter in the inning. Nice pick by the shortstop. Out at second base, they turn the double play. What a nice play by Warren. He made 2 nice plays in the inning on that ground ball that he held the runners and threw the Suburbia out, and now he makes a great pick. He takes a hit away from Torres, and the runner thought it was going to left field, thought it was going to be another hit and a run. A quick throw to the second baseman, Romero, and they double off the runner. Everett gets out of the inning, but in the inning, English puts a big 4 spot up. And at the end of 1, it's English 4, Everett nothing. Alex Brown, the right fielder, will lead off the second inning for Everett as they now find themselves in a 4-run hole. 4 hits and a walk. 4 of them scored. And the last 2 outs were 2 tough outs. A solid line shot, looked like a base hit. T.J. Warren made a great play picking it for Everett, and they doubled the runner off at second base, ending the inning. Otherwise, English might still be going. Looked like it was going to be 5-0 on that hit by Torres. In for a strike. Down and away for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Crimson Tide right fielder. Waved at that pitch. Everett's in a tough spot. They're 4-7. 9 games left. They got to go 6-3 to make the tournament. Not an easy task. Way up and in for a ball. And a team like Malden yesterday, I'm assuming Everett, Medford, Somerville, they're all saying they're not going to play any Northeastern Conference games. Because we say they voted them out. The coaches are all saying they got kicked out, using that term. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So he starts the second inning the same way he started the first inning with a swinging strikeout. Jared Corbett is DHing for the pitcher, Emilio Guzman. Hit to first base. Nice pick by Labby. Little short hop. Ethan Labby played it very well. 2 quick outs in the second. He hit it well. Hit it right at Labby, and Labby had to play the short hop. It was right at his shoe tops, right at his ankles. Picked it nicely, made the easy play. Raymond Romero, the second baseman, is the hitter. He was on the back end of that double play that ended the first inning. Hit in the air. behind home plate, and it's going to wind up out of play up in the seats. Torres, the catcher, for a minute thought he had a play. Low for a ball. So I mentioned the construction is going to go on. I guess Joe Gill, who's in the upper echelon of the Navigators front office, said they've got a construction company coming in. It's going to be a 2-day event. Fix the netting, fix the overhang. And they got to do something because the Navigators are coming in. And when the Navigators are here and they have fireworks night, they put a lot of people here. If they're not able to sit in these seats, they're going to have some problems. Silvestri winds and delivers. Low for a ball. Hit in the left field, past the dive of the third baseman, Mateo. Second hit for Everett. First one came with 1 out. Got stranded at second. This one comes with 2 outs. And Cerulo Santana, the third baseman, will be the hitter. Down and away. Down and away again. Swing and a miss. Threw it in on the hands. He swung right through it. Just saw his life pass in front of him with that fastball right over his head. He bailed out and said, "Please don't hit me." He was able to get out of the way of that one, thank God. Swing and a miss again. I mentioned those big blue skies, puffy white clouds, the sun shining. All of a sudden, there's one black cloud that just appeared over the ballpark. And it got the sun kind of snuck in behind it. So it's not as bright as it was before. Foul tip as the runner was off and running. Dougie Mullins come out to check on Albert Torres. That ball went off the mask of Torres. He was making sure he was okay. So we'll do it again with the count full. Again, the runner takes off, high for ball 4. So after 2 quick outs, a hit and a walk, and put runners at first and second for Mike Sullivan, the center fielder, with the top of the order on deck. in on the hands. He went after it anyway and fouled it off. Lined off the second baseman's glove. Nice play by Prondus, the second baseman. He went way to his right, got a glove on it, knocked it down, prevented it from going in the outfield. And probably took a runaway, at least momentarily, from Everett, because the runner can only go to third. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Brandon Gibbs, the left fielder. Struck out swinging starting off the ball game. And Silvestri will pitch from the stretch. Hit in the air to left field. He went after the first pitch, and there's another one of those one-handed grabs. Andy DeVers. So that's a big-time play by the second baseman, Prondus. If that goes in the outfield, it's going to score a run. He knocked it down, kept it in the infield, and prevented Everett from getting on the board. As the flyout ends the inning, they leave the bases loaded. So they get 2 hits in the inning. They left 3. Silvestri picked up his 3rd strikeout, issued his first walk. So we'll move into the bottom half of the second inning. It's still 4-0 the Bulldogs. And it'll be 8-9-1 for English, as Emilio Guzman will start his second inning of work. Anthony Mateo, Clotis Prondus, Jomar Moretta, the 3 hitters for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the second. English with a big 4-run first inning. And if it wasn't for a huge defensive play by the shortstop G.J. Warren, they might still be hitting. Mateo is the 3rd baseman. In for a strike. Bit the inside corner with that pitch. High and tight for a ball. 1-1. That one bounced. Here we go with Fitzgerald getting another workout to catcher. A few more English fans have showed up. A little more of a smattering over behind the dugout. So a little group of Everett fans. Chop foul towards the English dugout. Strike 3 call. Good pitch on the outside corner. First strikeout for Guzman. Comes leading off the second inning. Clovis Prondas, who made that nice defensive stop, knocked a would-be hit, took an RBI away from Mike Sullivan, took a run away from Everett, kept it in the infield, and they wound up not scoring in the inning. Chased that high pitch and swung right through it. Foul tip held on to by Fitzgerald. Chased that pitch. It was way over his head. Back-to-back strikeouts to set the bottom of the second. One called, one swinging. Joe Marmoretta started the 4-run uprising. He drilled one over the left fielder's head to the warning track, almost hit it out of the ballpark, and wound up scoring the first run. Faked like he was going to bunt, took the pitch down for a ball. Slicing it down the right side, nobody anyway there. The right field is way off the foul line. After Moretta hit that ball over the left fielder's head, pulling the ball, the right fielder was way over to right center field. He had no chance to even attempt to go get that one. Way too far for the first baseman. Down and away for a ball. In for a strike. Fitzgerald set up way outside for the waste pitch, trying to get Moretta to chase. Jammed him inside. He hits it way up in the air. And it's going to drop for a base hit. Second baseman was out. Center fielder covering. Nobody got near it. It fell between the two of them. Moretta's got his second double. He didn't hit that one as far as he hit the first one. Center fielder coming to the ball. Second baseman going way out in the center field. And it watched him drop between the two of them. Andy DeVers walked and scored. So he hasn't batted officially, but he has scored a run. In for a strike. So Moretta drills one over the left fielder's head, almost hit it out of the ballpark for a double. Now he winds up with a double as he hits a little pop-up, hit the short center field. Off-speed pitch dropped in. Nice little off-speed curveball. Diversion a hole against Guzman. Fouls it back and stays alive. Hit back again, out of play. Hit in the air behind second base. Long run. Nobody's going to get there. It drops in for a base hit. English not tattooing the ball, but they're finding spots. 2 out Lightning. Right behind second base, right field coming in, second base going out, just drop between them again. 2 little bloops, winds up a double and a single, and English has expanded their lead to 5. Off-speed pitch, look a little curveball, hung high. Jose Morel singled in a run and scored. So he's 1 for 1 with a run scored and RBI. Delayed steal of second base, and the ball gets thrown away into center field. So Devers steals second, a little bit of delay. And the errant throw moves him over to third. So Morel with a chance for another RBI. Nice stop by Fitzgerald. Nice stop again by Fitzgerald. Juan Suburbi, the DH, on deck. Missing for ball 4. So it looked like it was going to be an easy inning. He struck out the first 2 hitters. All of a sudden, 2 little bloops, 1 for a double, 1 for a single, and now a walk. Had put first and third with 2 outs. Suburbi hit it hard, but hit it right at the shortstop and got thrown out at first base. Thought about it, held up, it was high for a ball. In for a strike. Count evens at 1. Swing and a miss. Try to pick up that outside pitch and swung right through it. I'm kind of surprised English first and third didn't bother to try and steal second base. Now they take off. Suburbi hits it foul back up in the seats or up in the netting. And there's another gift for the Nets to gobble up. 8 baseballs stuck up there now. They had Morel on the move there. Now he takes off. The runner at third didn't go anyplace. The runner took off while the pitcher still had the ball. The runner at third didn't go anyway off the bag. I think it's supposed to be a play where if the pitcher throws it, you're supposed to get hooked up and try to steal a run. Instead, they threw the ball in the turf. The runner at third still didn't go. So second and third now with 2 outs. Up and away for a ball. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on in inning number 2. So we got deuces all over the place. Hit in the air. Everybody going for it. Can't get there. It bounced right in front of the Everett dugout. He had to manipulate through all the coaches and players standing out front. It wound up bouncing up in the seats. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Guzman winds and delivers. Slicing it behind first base. Nice play. First baseman Greg Reed looked like a wide receiver catching a pass over his shoulder. Little pop, it was foul, but he made a nice play. Suburbi pops up. But English, with 2 outs, gets a double and a base hit, and they get another run. So we've completed 2 in this Northeastern Conference battle. English 5, Everett nothing. 2-3-4 for the Crimson Tides. We start the 3rd inning. DJ Warren got a base hit his first time up, made it as far as second base and got stranded there. So Vestry now has another run to work with as it's 5-0. In for a strike, 1-1. Down and away for a ball. Hit up in the air. Backing up the second baseman. Prondas makes another nice play. Little tap. Right fielder, center fielder were both there. They were playing Warren almost like a left-hand hitter. The center fielder was over to right center. But a pop to the second baseman starts the 3rd inning. Jonathan Fitzgerald was a strikeout victim his one trip. Good fastball for a strike. On the corner for a strike quickly. 0-2. Waves, strike 3. So the first 3 innings, Silvestri has at least 1 in every inning. He got 2 in the first. He's got 4 strikeouts. Greg Reed, the first baseman, made that nice little play on the little tap pop that he chased and went over the shoulder, made the grab, ending the bottom of the 2nd inning. He flied to right his one trip. Good pitch for a strike. Wide for a ball. Just missed outside. You have to make sure the umpire puts his hand up there and says pushes out like it was outside, but it's with the right hand you worry about, or the outfielders or somebody may think it's a call strike. But he brings his hand straight up, bent at the elbow, gets his hand up shoulder high out in front of him for strike. That one bounces to the backstop. We can see portions of the Navigators getting ready to get started. They're only a couple of weeks away, 3 weeks, I think. They're starting to put up some of their ad signs. They put them up today, I guess. They weren't there last night. He tried to hold up. The base umpire said nope. He swung. So second time in 3 innings that Silvestri gets 2 strikeouts. An easy 1-2-3 inning. Five strikeouts in 3 innings for Silvestri. We'll move into the bottom half of the third. English leading it 5-0. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Eric Ubri, Julian Silvestri, Albert Torres. And Guzman will start his 3rd inning of work. Four in the first, 1 in the second. The 1 run in the second came after 2 outs, two quick outs, 2 big strikeouts. Looked like Guzman was settling down with the 2 strikeouts, but English didn't really powder the ball. They hit a little pop in the center field, a little pop in the right field. It turned into a double and a single and got the run in. Eric Ubri singled in 2 runs and scored a run. He was 3/4 of the first inning. In for a strike. Knocking in 2 and scoring 1. They got 4. Wide for a ball. Missing away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Down and away again. On the inside corner for a strike. As the sun comes out again, it gets brighter again at Frazier Field. Lined in the center field for a base hit. He's got his 2nd hit on for the 2nd time, leading the 3rd. Julian Silvestri, the pitcher, he helped himself. He drilled a line shot over the center fielder's head for a double, getting an RBI in that 4-run first inning. The runner takes off. The ball's hit in the air to right field. Hustling over is the right fielder. They're not going to be able to double him up. Ruby was off and running. Silvestri hit the pitch to the right fielder for the first out. Ruby had to hustle back to first. Albert Torres thought he had a base hit and an RBI. He hit a line drive going into left field. The shortstop, DJ Walker, made a great play, going 3 or 4 steps to his right, across his body, picked it, and wound up with a double play, picking the runner off at second base. So he's 0 for 1 instead of 1 for 1 with an RBI. Missing low for a ball. Anthony Mateo, the third baseman, on deck. Low again. They throw it down. Nice block at first base by Reed. Throw in the turf. And for a strike, Torres taking all the way with the count his way. Just laid the bat in the shoulder and watched that pitch go by. And that's ball 4. So 2 on again for English. Anthony Mateo was called out on strikes, his 1 trip. In for a strike. Guzman is deliberate. Takes a little bit of time. Hits Solly to the shortstop. They get 1. They're going to get 2 easily. Mateo hit it right on the nose, hit it right to the shortstop. And nice job by Warren. Good turn in the middle by Romero. 6-4-3 double play ends the 3rd inning. English is down. The first inning they don't score. We finished 3 here at Frazier Field. English 5, Everett nothing. Alex Brown, the right fielder, will lead it off in the 4th inning for Everett. He struck out swinging his 1 trip. Second time he's led off the second. Now he's leading off the 4th. Hit foul back to the screen. And again, apologies for the little interference on your TV screen with the screen hanging down in front. Part of the reconstruction has to go on. Lined in the right field for a base hit. Went the other way with it. First time in 4 innings, Everett has the leadoff hitter on. Jared Corbett, the DH, hitting for the pitcher Guzman. Bounced out to Labby, who made a nice play, picking it right at his shoe tops. Getting the play unassisted. Inside and tight for a ball. Hit foul, back, out of play. Another shot into right field. Back-to-back hits, mirror images, going the other way both times. Last time they had more than one base runner on, it was with 2 outs. Ramon Romero got a base hit his first time up. That was when, second inning, when Everett loaded the bases with 2 outs and wound up flying out for the 3rd out, not getting on the board. Swing and a miss. I said Raymond. I guess I heard them just yelling. I guess they call it Raymond. It's Reimond. Wide for a ball. 1-1 the count. Back-to-back hits, virtually exactly the same to right field. 2-1, nobody out for Everett here in the 4th. Hit to center field. Backing up and now coming back on. And again, making that nice one-handed catch. It is Jose Morel. So Morel hit it pretty good, but he hit it right at the center fielder. Cirulo Santana, the third baseman, drew a walk. He was part of that 3 base running core in the 2nd inning. In for a strike. Fishing wide for a ball. Swing and a miss. He chased the high fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Crimson Tide third baseman. Took a good look at that one. It didn't miss by much. He started, held up, and held his breath, waiting to see if the umpire would call it a ball or a strike. Hit the second base. They tagged the runner. Out at first. They turned the double play. Another nice play by Prondas. So Everett has a threat. They had a threat earlier, and they had a 6-4-3 double play. Now they have another threat, and it's a 4-3 double play. Prondas tagged the runner going to second base, and then got Santana on the throw to first by an eyelash. So we're halfway through the ball game. Everett's they've got 5 hits along with a walk, 6 base runners, but they haven't been able to bring anybody across the plate. They've left 5 in 4 innings, 3 of them in the second inning. That was the first inning that Silvestri didn't get a strikeout. Yeah, when you make a nice play in the field, you usually lead off, and that's what's going to happen. Claudius Prondus, the second baseman, he made a couple of nice plays. Both plays he made cut Everett down on the base pass. The first play he made kept Everett off the board. It was a base hit that he kept in the infield when they loaded the bases, and the next guy flied out for the third out. Now he gets the inning-ending double play unassisted. High for a ball. Looks like we're going to get warm-up action down in the Everett bullpen. That's going to go up in the seats. Strike 3 on the inside corner. Good pitch. Third strikeout for Guzman. Top of the order, Moretta. He's been perfect. Doubled twice, scored twice. He started the 4-run uprising, hit a shot over the left fielder's head to the warning track, almost hit it out for a double and scored. Last time up, he popped one into short center field, and it bounced between the center fielder and the second baseman. And for all you young kids watching at home, he didn't let up. He ran hard as soon as he hit it, and he wound up what normally would have been a single. He turned it into a double. Hit foul. It's amazing to see all the young kids. As soon as they hit a foul ball, everybody goes running in that direction, chasing the foul balls. And the foul ball they're chasing now almost came back to the field. The first base coach was able to pick it out of the first row of seats. So there's no ball to chase right now, but there's 4 kids chasing it. Down and away for a ball. Punches that to center field. Backing up, now coming on. Center fielder Sullivan makes the play. They get Moretta for the first time. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th. Andy DeVerge is perfect. He walked and scored, singled and a run. So he's 1 for 1 with a run scored and a run knocked in. That one bounces in. In for a strike. 1-1. Way up and in for a ball. Just get out of the way. I mentioned the Navigator's starting to put some of their advertising signs up. That takes away from the fans. The fans love to pull in, park behind the fence, and sit in their car and watch the game. And as those signs go up, they're unable to do that. Hit foul down the left side, down around the bullpen area. Long run for the second baseman. Very nice play. Romero was over by the second base bag for right-handed. He had to go almost to the first base bag to field that. He had to go a long way to his left to field that. First 1-2-3 inning for Everett. Guzman has retired 6 in a row, 7 out of 8. And for the second inning in a row, he shuts English out. But at the end of 4, it's English 5, Everett nothing. First pitch to Mike Sullivan. He hits it right back to the mound. Silvestri will make the play. 1 up, 1 down in the 5th. Top of the order, Brandon Gibbs. He struck out leading off the ball game. Last time up, flied out to left field. His flyout came with the bases loaded. Down and away for a ball. Nice job by Torres to go get that one. Missing again. In for a strike. As you would expect, Gibbs taking all the way with the count his way. Boy, that pitch, that was ball 4. That was way outside, and he tried to chase it. Needed a longer bat to just get a piece of that. Drop slow to the third base. No chance. Infield hit for Gibbs. Good effort by Mateo. He was a little bit deep, just a little tap, about 3/4 of the way down the third base line. By the time he got to it, Gibbs was already at first base, but he had a good effort, good strong throw. But the infield hit puts a runner on for DJ Warren, who was singled and popped to second. And made a couple of nice plays at shortstop. In for a strike. On the corner again, 0-2. Oh, over off the first baseman's glove. Trying to go to third. He's out. He went off the bag. He overslid the bag, and the third base coach knew it. He got a piece of the third baseman also. The coach came out of the dugout. The coach coaching third didn't say a word because he knew he overslid the bag. So English's error gets him to second. The error on the ball right off the first baseman's glove. Good, strong throw. He was safe. They put the tag on him. He overslid the bag, and he was off the bag when they tagged him again. And it's nice to see that Mateo was okay. So the throwing over, Labby, I don't know whether he closed his glove or hit the heel of his glove. He just went off his glove and went behind him. And everybody was yelling, third for the runner. And he made third, but then he overslid the bag and was off the bag when he got tagged. So instead of a runner at third with one out, it's nobody on with 2 outs. Slicing it foul up in the seats. High and tight for a ball. High and tight again. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Fouled off. Good at bat by Wong. He's making Sylvester throw a lot of pitches. There was warm-up action for Everett all through the shade. They're now coming back to the dugout. Good curveball. He took something off, and he knew it. As soon as he took the pitch, he knew it. It went right down the middle of the plate. So with the base hit, Silvestri only faces 3 hitters. He gets another strikeout for number 6. Eagles made their first error, but they made up for it. When they threw the ball to third, the runner was safe and then overslid the bag. Santana is the new pitcher. And I believe the DH Corbett is going to go play third base. So the DH is now the third baseman. They don't have a DH anymore. Jose Morel is perfect. He singled in a run and scored and walked. So he's 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored. And he'll face the new pitcher, Santana. Hits it foul back. Swing and a miss. Swung himself all the way around and went down in the turf in the left-hand hitter's batter's box. Little off-speed pitch, and he was way out in front. Just did a little pirouette, wound up almost sitting down in the opposite batting box. Jammed him again. He fouled it right to the English dugout. Had a duck under that one. That was way inside. We're in the bottom of the fifth. English got 4 in the first, 1 in the second, and that's it. 5-0. Hit foul back. Santana is just saying, I'll throw it up there. You got to supply your own power. He's not trying to throw the ball by anybody. He threw it over the head of Morel again. And that one hits him. So he threw it over his head twice. He finally zeroed in and hit him. So Guzman went 4, gave up 5 runs that were earned, 7 hits. Walked 3, struck out 3. As the pitch is down the way to Suburbi, he's grounded a shot and hit that little pop down the right field line that first baseman Reed made a great play on, going back and catching it over his shoulder in foul territory. High and tight for a ball. The runner takes off. Throw down, nowhere near in time. So Morel steals second. English has a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Swing and a miss. Suburbi was trying to hit that into Manning Field. Hit in the left field for a base hit, just inside the left field line. Suburbi will get a base hit, and that stolen base pays off as Morel scores his second run. English gets back on the scoring column. They hadn't scored in the third and fourth. They do score in the fifth. Eric Ruby is perfect. single twice. First single knocked in two, scored a run. He rips that into left center field for a base hit. So hit batsman and back-to-back hits. English is back at it. Julian Silvestri doubled in a run his first time up, flied to right last time. First and second, nobody out, and a run in for English here in the fifth. Down and away for a ball. Trying to keep the runner close at second base. Didn't throw over, just took a step off and let Suburbi know he was there. Slicing it into right field for a base hit. They hold Suburbi at third. So the bases are loaded with nobody out. Albert Torres, who lined to the shortstop and walked. His line to the shortstop turned into a double play. They double the runner off second base. So it's 6-0, and English looking for more. They bring the infield in for Everett. Hit to center field. Long run for the center fielder. He gets there, makes the play. Not deep enough for the runner to try and score. Torres jumped on the first pitch. Mike Sullivan, the center fielder, tracked it down for the first out. Anthony Mateo has struck out and hit into a 6-4-3 double play. Everett has turned two double plays. English has one. Looked like I know that pitch is high. I shouldn't swing at it, but I'm going to anyway. And he held up after he had gone almost all the way around. Down and away for a ball. High for a ball. Off the second baseman's glove. That'll be an error. Now it's bobbled by the outfield for another error. And the run scores. So Mateo winds up at second base on the second baseman's error. And the right fielder's error. Suburbi scores on the error. Mateo will get an RBI because the run would have scored anyway. Could have been possibly another double play. They held the runner at third, and then when right fielder bobbled it for another error, they sent him home. Everybody was going station to station until the right fielder bobbled it. So two errors on the play. All of a sudden it's 8-0. In for a strike. And it's second and third with one out. 3 errors now for Everett. On the corner for a strike. Way up and in for a ball. This is Nathaniel Espinal. He's hitting. Chase that pitch for strike 3. He hit for Pandas. So 2 away. Jomar Moretta is the 8th hitter in the inning. He batted 7 in the first inning, got 4. 8 hitters in this inning. They've got 3. Moretta was doubled twice, scored twice. Last time up, he flied to center field. This is his first time hitting against Santana. Hangs up and in for a ball. Hit foul back. In for a strike. Down and away. Didn't miss by much. Swing and a miss, he gets him. So 2 big errors in the inning, along with an RBI single by Suburbia. Gets 3 on the board for the Bulldogs. And we played 5 full. English has pushed that lead now. It's 8-0 English over Everett at the end of 5. The catcher, Jonathan Fitzgerald, will lead off the 6th inning. He struck out twice, both times swinging. So he's up for the 3rd time against Silvestri. Wide for a ball. Swing and a miss. Misses it again, chased the pitch that might have been a little outside. Three, 4, 5 for Everett in this 6th inning. Hits it foul, that's going to make it up in the sheets. Reaches for that one, hits it down that grassy knoll behind first base. Just held up. He was going to swing at that pitch, too. He loves that outside pitch. He was just about to swing and said, maybe I better hold up. And it missed outside. And he drills it right. Silvestri went down, sitting down on the mound. He had to get out of the way. He might have seen his life pass in front of him with that line shot. Solid shot by Fitzgerald. Only the second time in 6 innings that Everett's got the leadoff hitter on. Last time it was 2 straight hits. And Prondas, the second baseman, made that great play, turning an unassisted 4-3 double play. Hit, right field, long run, not going to get there. It's a base hit. So for the second time in the ballgame, they've got back-to-back hits. As I mentioned, the last time they had back-to-back hits, it was the 4-3 unassisted double play that got them out of it. Dougie Mullins out to the mound. I think they thought they were making a change. The pitcher, they are going to make a change. Coming off the bench. So we're in the top of the 6th, 2 on, nobody out. English leading 8-0, and we got a pitching change. Nathaniel Espinal is the new pitcher. Hit foul up in the seats. And I have to learn how they do this. It's got to be free substitution, I guess, because I had Espinal pinch hitting for Prondas. And then Prondas is back in the game at second base. So unless he didn't hit, and I misread the number one, they make the force at third. He's out at third. When he went to look to see if he could throw the ball up to first, he knew he couldn't get him, so he held up, but the ball flipped out of his hand over his head. So the leadoff runner is out 6-5 for the first out. Corbett is no longer the DH. He's now the third baseman. Hit to the mound. They get 1. They tagged him for 2. Nice play by Labby. He was off the bag, but he reached and made the tag. And they get the double play. 1-6-3. And again, the double play gets him out of the inning. Nice defense by the Bulldogs. So Everett again gets the first 2 hitters on. As they did in the 4th inning, and as they did in the 4th inning, the double play gets English out of the inning. So Silvestri goes 5 full. Doesn't give up a run. Gives up 8 base hits. Walked 1, struck out 6. Espinal comes in and gets a quick force at third. And the 1-6-3 double play. Very nice turn in the middle by Jomar Moretta. the shortstop, turning that. And the throw a little bit to the home plate side of first base. Labby had to take a step off the bag, go get it, but he was able to reach back and tag Corbett. And Everett is down to the last 3 outs, as English is well on their way to moving within 1 game of qualifying for the state tournament. Last year we talked about there were 1-run games, 4 or 5 of them that they lost that cost them a state tournament bid, and most of those games there were defensive laps. This year they're playing a lot better defense. Santana starts an inning and he hits DeVerge. Second hit batsman. Both of them by Santana. Diving back on the throw over is DeVerge. Jose Morel is perfect. Single, not going to run, scoring a run. Walked, got hit by a pitch, scored a run. So he's hit the trifecta. He's on base three times, 3 different ways. I hit a walk and I hit batsman. He scored 2 and knocked in a run. I'm not sure what that call was. The umpire put his left arm straight up in the air. It wasn't a right arm, so it couldn't have been a strike. Hits that one a mile high in the air to left field. Backing up and making the play is Gibbs. He almost brought rain with that one. So they get Morel for the first time. Juan Suburbi grounded a short, popped to first, singled a run, and scored a run. So he's 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. He got his hit last time up in the 5th inning when the English scored 3. They kind of put this one away. They were leading 5-0, but those 3 runs certainly kind of took the wind out of the sails of Everett. And they've had many opportunities they have been able to cash in. Hit foul back. Hit foul again. Lined in the center field for a base hit. On for the second time with the second hit. English first and second with 1 out. Eric Ubri is not going to hit. Julio Figueroa is going to hit. Ubri was perfect. He's got 3 base hits. Knocked in 2, scored 2. So 3 for 3. And he's half the offense. They've got 8 runs. He's knocked in 2 and scored 2. Off the catcher will move the runners up. on the corner for a strike. Not going to be a happy bus ride back to Everett. Going to make that next 8 games even more difficult. Down that grassy knoll behind first base, that foul ball. Now those lightning strikes, they're going to be 4 and 8. They'll have 8 games left, and they have to win 5. Trot to third. They throw the run. The runner coming home actually slid home. He didn't have to. They didn't throw the ball. I think he thought they were throwing the ball home. So Figueroa gets an RBI. Devers scores his second run. Nice stop by Fitzgerald to catch. He's done a nice job behind the plate. This is the new pitcher, Nathaniel Espinal. Silvestri before him had a double for an RBI, fly to right and single. So Silvestri, the starting pitcher, was 2 for 3. Hit sky high at the center field. Sullivan waved everybody off, but there was nobody there but him. He makes the one-handed catch. So number 8 from English flies out to the center fielder, position number 8. English is down the 6th, 3 outs away from their 9th win, which will put them 1 game away from qualifying for the state tournament. They lead it now 9-0 over Everett. Raymond Romero, the second baseman, has singled and flied to center field. He'll lead off the 7th inning. Espinal will start his second inning of work. Looking to lock it up for Julian Silvestri, who will get the win on the mound. Low for a ball. So English is going to close within 1 game in the state tournament, and wouldn't they love to get the win tomorrow night here at Frazier Field, because they're playing arch rival Glasgow, who beat them the first time. Not only would they be qualifying, but they'd qualify doing it against their intercity rival. So a big one for both teams tomorrow night. Glasgow just got a big win and qualified, the first team in the city to qualify for the state tournament. English close behind. And we'll see what happens in the big one tomorrow night here. That was way up around the head, and it hit him high on the shoulder near the head area. But it was good thing it was an off-speed pitch. Third baseman turned pitcher, Cirulo Santana, has walked and grounded to second. His ground to second turned into an unassisted double play. Or a 4-3 double play, not actually unassisted. High and tight for a ball. stepped back and punched that one up in the air. That was way inside, almost hit him. He stepped away and kind of just golfed it down around near the bottom of the bat. Popped up to the shortstop, Moretta. So Espinal got some help on that pitch for the first out. Hit the shot. They get one. They don't get two. Looking for another double play. Everett's down to the last out. Pop back. That's going to make it up in the seats. Hit the shot again. Nice play at first base. Moretta on the run. Off balance, threw it over. It bounced, and Labby made the nice play, picking the bounce. And the play goes 6-3 for the third out. So English closes within one game of the state tournament. Silvestri will get the win. Silvestri and Espinal combined to shut Everett out, although they had chances. 3 on with 2 out in the second. First 2 batters reached in the fourth. A double play. Pronda's tagging the runner going to second, throwing to first for the double play. They got their first 2 runners on in the sixth. Same thing. Double play. Got them out. That was 1-6-3 double play. And they never really got close. They had a runner at third twice in the second and the fourth, both times with 2 outs. Actually, only once, because in the fourth inning, the runner going to third, it was the third out, so he didn't really get the third. The English put it away. They got 4 in the first, RBI by Morell, an RBI by Silvestri, and a 2 RBI single by Ubri. They got another one in the second, a double by Moretta, and a base hit by DeVerge. They got 3 in the fifth. They got an RBI by Suburbi, and 2 others scored on errors, one second baseman, one by the right fielder, to give them 3. And then they got a ground ball to third by the pinch hitter, Julio Figueroa, batting for Ubri, knocked in DeVerge, who had got hit by a pitch, made it to third base, scored on the ground ball, and that was it, 9-0. English wins the game. For English, Moretta had 2 doubles, scored twice. DeVerge had a walk, a hit, got hit by a pitch, scored twice, knocked in a run. Morell had a single, a walk, a hit batsman, knocked in a run, scored 2. Juan Suburbi had 2 singles, scored 1, knocked in 1. Eric Ruby was perfect, 3 hits, knocked in 2, scored 2. Silvestri, the starting pitcher, had a double and a single, knocked in a run. Anthony Mateo got an RBI. And Prondas made those 2 very nice plays at second base. And Labby was outstanding at first base, picking balls off the turf for outs. He did a very nice job at first base. So English goes to 9-3, 1 game away, and can they do it against Classical tomorrow night? But they go to 9-3, 1 game away from the state tournament. The road to Ho for Everett gets a little bit more difficult. They go to 4-8. They still have to win 6. Now they have to win 6 of their last 8. So English 9, Everett nothing. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.